What is happening, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg from OddsShopper here to break down the Thursday NBA slate. So as you come in, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and any questions or comments you have for me, let me know below in the comment section. Like to hear from you guys, no matter what the responses may be. And it's definitely been a little bit of a tough week for me. Probably the slowest one that we've had in a little while here. I got my ass kicked yesterday. I'm going to be recapping those in a second. But also, somebody reached out to me on Twitter and just asked, in general, a question about what to do about downswings in betting, and nothing really, because somebody said that, you know, if they have a few bad days in a row, they get really frustrated by it and wanted to know my advice on how I handle it. And I don't change anything I do. I've been betting sports, playing DFS for a very long time now. It's been my primary source of income for 7 years. So I'm used to it. There are ups and downs. It just comes with it. And if I'm doing really well, I don't change anything. If I'm in a downstring, I don't really change anything either. I think the best way to approach it from like a mental standpoint is to go into it with the understanding of this is going to happen. Sometimes you're going to win every day for like the weeks or something like that, and the opposite could happen as well. But if you go in, you just kind of expect that is a possibility, then it's not really going to really affect you or impact you. It'll just happen and be like, oh yeah, I knew this was going to happen. If you sports bet for a long period of time, you are going to have days where you do not end up winning. And if you accept that as a fact going in, then it really becomes a lot easier to deal with than if you just assume you're always going to win and then you end up losing. So just something on my mind from a mental standpoint to address a question that I got on Twitter. As for my bets yesterday, where did we go wrong? Well, I had two bets. One of them, I had Jared Vanderbilt over 8.5 rebounds, had great closing line value. The number actually closed at 11.5 rebounds after Anthony Davis got hurt. And then the Lakers just struggled in the early going of that game, and they benched all of their starters other than Dennis Schroeder. So ultimately, Vanderbilt, even though Anthony Davis was out, just didn't end up playing all that much because of all the starters other than Dennis Schroeder getting benched when the team was struggling. So there was the hiccup there. And then as for Matisse Thybulle, I had him for over 1.5 steals. It was funny. It was the same thing that happened the other day when I bet Matisse Thybulle for over 1.5 steals. He got a steal in the first couple minutes of the game and then didn't have any subsequent steals the rest of the night. So the over 1.5 didn't hit. And he had a ton of defensive stats too. He had 1 steal, he had 4 blocks. But unfortunately, that bet was a loser. So that was the recap of yesterday. Now, what are we going to do today? Hopefully, we're going to keep it. We're going to get a better winning streak going here. We're going to pick it up. But if you guys just think like, hey, I don't know what I'm talking about, well, you can fade me if you want to. That's also another option. You're watching the video, but I feel pretty good about the bets I'm about to give out. 4 games. I've got 2+ money bets, breaking them down for you guys right here. First bet of the day, it is coming right from our projections over at NBA Bet Pro. If you guys want to get a free trial of it, sign up using the link below. You'll get 7 days for free to try it out, and I think you guys will make some money, and it's going to pay for itself after you use the free trial, and then it'll just keep paying for itself in the subsequent months. But when it comes to this first bet, I like, it's Kevon Looney for under 10.5 rebounds, actually plus money on the under 10.5. I've got 2 props I like, both on big men, both plus money. This is a massive number for Looney, who is not playing a massive role right now for the Warriors. Even though he's starting, listen to these minutes in some of these recent games for Looney. Last game he played 23, the game before that 32, the game before that 26, the game before that 20. So all things put together, we have Looney projected to play low 20s minutes tonight. For the season, he averages 9 rebounds per game in 23.5 minutes. That's more or less what I think we're getting today. I think we're getting 22 or 23 minutes out of Kevon Looney, considering that he only averages 9.1 rebounds per game for the year. I just think it's a stretch to assume that he's going to be able to put up 11 rebounds more often than not in this spot. And something else to add as well when it comes to Looney, his rebound rate has been significantly higher in a reserve role than when he's starting. And I think that also makes sense because you look at some of the players who are in the starting lineup alongside him, whether it be, you know, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, there's some good rebounders in the Golden State Warriors starting lineup. So that's why we've seen this year, Looney actually averages more rebounds per game coming off the bench in less minutes than he averages starting playing in more minutes because that dip in rebound rate. The other thing too, he plays against better competition when he's starting as opposed to coming off the bench. So he's going up against other players that are also better rebounders. So all of that put together, I like under 10.5 rebounds for Kevon Looney. It's a plus money bet, and we have it winning north of 50% of the time. So Looney under 10.5 boards, first bet of the day. If you guys want to make some free money today, just sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook using the link that we have below. Because when you sign up at DK, the first $5 money line you place pays out $150 as long as that team wins. And in college basketball tonight, Houston, one of the best college basketball teams in the country, are minus 2,100 favorite. But with this offer, you are going to be getting them for the equivalent of 30 to 1 because a $5 bet on them pays out $150 when they win. All you have to do is click on the link below to sign up so they know that so the DraftKings knows that we are the ones who sent you. And then you place a $5 money line bet, has to be a money line on Houston. When they win, like I said, it pays out $150. But if you or anybody that you know has a gambling problem, call or text the number 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, the next bet I like, it's coming from the same game, but on the other side, Ivica Zubac's under 9.5 points. And there's actually a good amount of correlation between the under on Zubac's points and the under for Kevon Looney rebounds, because when I look at the matchup between the Warriors and the Clippers, I do think these are teams that tend to play more small ball when they go up against each other. So with that being in mind, because I'll pull up some of the other previous stats from when these teams have played against each other, if there's going to be more small ball lineups, well, that means Kevon Looney less minutes, also Ivica Zubac less minutes, and that would just lend itself to being a game where, you know, neither of the big men really put up a whole lot of counting stats. So that is something that I think we should consider about this game and when these players are getting projected. And it also is something that I think could lead to a lot of these big men not playing quite as well. So here's a game that the Warriors and the Clippers play that I've pulled up in front of me from December 23rd. And in that game, we saw Kevon Looney start, but only play 16 minutes. And then on the other side, Ivica Zubac, he also started. He played 26 minutes and finished just 8 points and 4 rebounds. By the way, Looney, in the 16 minutes he played, finished with 9 points and 3 rebounds. So I look at all the talent on this team, and I think both of these teams are best suited to play small as to playing bigger lineups. And the other thing, too, is our projections like both these bets, the unders on them as well. We don't project Looney nor Zubac to play a mass amount of minutes. Zubac also only has 1 game under his belt after missing a couple of weeks due to injury. So Zubac under 9.5 points looks like a pretty good bet, particularly at plus money. We've been winning north of 50% of the time. So second bet of the day and the final one. There's only 4 games today. Ivica Zubac under 9.5 points. So recapping today's bets, we've got 2 of them. They're both plus money plays. Kevon Looney under 10.5 rebounds and Zubac under 9.5 points. Whatever you guys think about these bets, let me know below in the comment section. Always like to hear what you guys say. Even if it's negative, we're on a little bit of a losing streak. Anything you guys say helps us in the YouTube algorithm. I read them all. I appreciate it no matter what it is you guys have to say. But also, good luck, and I'll be right here tomorrow. Also, I'm going to be breaking down some MMA stuff if you guys want to check that out. And then, don't forget also, our NBA live betting show right now. Every day from 4 to 5, we have a live betting show on the OddsShopper channel. So go check that out. Hang out with the guys. Ask questions. We're going to be breaking down all the tools we have on the site and some of the top plays for them. Good luck today. See you tomorrow.